Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, or just hi, hello, hi, whatever. You know, ever since I started learning command blocks, I always thought about why don't we have tutorials for command blocks? So, after since 2019, I started learning command blocks, and I seriously got to learning them in about 2024, 2023. I'm gonna share my experiences and just command blocks because I like command blocks and I like data packs, but command blocks, they're blocks in Minecraft and they do commands. They're command blocks. Anywho, I'm not gonna edit any of this. First thing that I have the Odyssey texture pack. Okay, the first thing we need to do for command blocks is how do we even get them? Yeah, it seems simple, but a lot of people don't know. It's just slash give rs command block. And there's multiple variations, but you can just give yourself this. Or you can go into options, controls, and activate or deactivate this. Now, I do have to give a fair warning that I'm playing on 1.21, so some stuff might be different in future versions. As far as I'm aware, in this, what we're doing right now, it shouldn't affect anything because it's just simple command block stuff unless they change it in the far future. Let's start off with the impulse command block. Yeah, they have names apparently. So, impulse is just single use. It activates once and that's it. What do we mean by this? If I grab a button or a lever or anything like that, yeah, we get to this. Let's say slash give at p time. Simple as that. If I click a button, it will activate once. See, it even says give 1 diamond to Legend M99, and it's just gonna do that once. Is that what we want? Yeah, because we only want to be single use. By the way, if you see the menu being different for you, it's because you don't have a specific mod called Better Command Block UI. You should download. I'm gonna link it all in the description below. Yeah, but this is basically it. Command blocks don't activate on their own unless you use always active, which this will send one. Well, constantly it's gonna send a redstone detection between the command block and itself. So if I click done, it's gonna give me a diamond. But again, it's trying to send it again. The redstone is trying to send to the command block, but since it's an impulse, it will only activate once. If I deactivate it and then activate it, give me a diamond, but it's still not working repetitively. So in a way, we should do this, right? Or someone might say we can do this. But obviously, that's really bad. And we don't want this usually, but that's why we have something called chain. Sorry, I meant repeating. Chain is the next one we'll get to. Repeating basically means it will activate, well, in a repetitive succession, and basically that's it. So if I put a redstone block beside it, and give me a diamond every single time. And if I do always active now, since this doesn't activate only once, it will activate always. If we give it the redstone always active, it will work always, no matter if there's redstone beside it or not. I'm gonna deactivate. Something special about repeating is that they work 20 times a second. Why, you might ask? Because ticks. What are ticks? It's just the way that Minecraft calculates time in a way, you know? So every 1 second, there's 20 ticks. That's why we say this works 20 times a tick. And yeah, that's basically it with the repeating. There's not much to say about it, but in a way, 1 tick is 1/20th of a second. And that's all we need to know about repeating. Back to impulse and this syntax. What is this? What did we write here? This is where you write the command and whatever you want to do. You don't need to do most of it here. You can always do it here, but here is more, I guess, for specific things. Depends on the job, but let's go here. So slash give and then at e and then diamond. So this syntax is basically just slash give and selector and then item, and if we can, components, and that's basically it. Oh yeah, also count. Yeah, we can't forget about count. So at p is just nearest player. I'm pretty sure it even tells you if you actually do Yeah, so at all players, at the all entities, nearest player, nearest entity, I meant, random player, at s, and your name. Now, let's give some examples of how we can use this. Let's grab this, and let's say we make a simple corridor, like this. Exactly. And let's place this and then this. Let's say in here it's gonna say slash the raw at all foo. And if I go onto it, it worked. See? And now let's go to another different case. Let's say I wanna use birch right here because it triggers people. And let's grab a button. Slash give at p bread 16. Then we'll get a sign, free bread, and if I click it, I get bread. That's basically it. Now you might ask, how can I do more? Like, what if I want to give more than one item? Then you might say, let's use redstone, right? Well, let's see what happens. We can just duplicate this. You might say, what am I using? Because this is a different mod. It's called Axiom. I'm also gonna link it in the description below. So free bread. Okay, let's see. What can we do with redstone? We need a signal like this, and then let's go like this, and then like go like, let's say, oak planks. It gives me both. Let's say a different method as well. I'm not gonna use this method. This method is pretty bad. But let's say we use Minecraft just being Minecraft, and this apparently works for some reason. I forgot to do the redstone signal, I guess. I don't know. I don't really care. But the main point to get that is there's something called chain. It's within the name. It chains stuff together. So do you see how this is like, there's like an arrow going upwards? Let's do this. There we go. It's going upwards and it's going up to there. Does this work? No, I'm only getting bread. Why? Because this is not chained. This is not chained together. So if I go to here, chain. You might say, why am I only getting bread? Because this requires it to be always active. But you might say this will do the same thing with repeating when we did repeating and we did the always active, right? No. In fact, this needs to be always active because this is not always active and this waits for the previous input. So if I do always active, nothing happens. It will activate if this one activates because it goes upwards in a chain like this. This activates and then everything up in a chain works. If I click it, I get both bread and oak planks. What if we want to say, let's say I want to make it something specific. Only give them bread if there's like a specific block somewhere. Or like there's a specific entity. Okay, simple enough. This is where we add conditional. As you can see, this will only work if the one below works. If I do this, it worked. But let's say I give to the nearest entity. Well, actually, let's just say give it to a husk. Limit 1. It doesn't work. Let's just say slash raw at e type equals husk limit 1. Shall give be glowing. Okay, so in this command it says give effect husk glowing, and in this one we're trying to give the player oak planks, and this is conditional. This one isn't. If I click this, nothing works. Why? Because this one didn't activate for this one to work. It's a chain. If this one doesn't work, this one doesn't work. Then let's say, what if we place one right here, and let's say this is the one that gives us bread. Will this work? Yes, it does. Because while this is both connected, this is chain. This isn't. If we want to continue the chain and conditional, then we can do this. Make it conditional instead of unconditional. Click it. Now nothing happens. If I do this as unconditional, this is conditional. Click it. Now it works. You might say, why? Didn't you just say the one below needs to be conditional? Well, yeah, that's the point. This one didn't activate, right? This one is always active. This is always in a continuous chain. If this one activates, the one up top activates no matter what. So the one above, the third one, which is conditional, is the only one left waiting for this one to work. And since this one doesn't care above if this one works or not, because it's unconditional, it doesn't care about the one below. It only cares if the one below gives it a single to continue going upwards. If so, this one activates, this one will continue activating because it's unconditional, and this one will wait for the input of this one. Since this is conditional, it will wait. And since we got the oak planks, the next one will give us bread. So if I click it again, I got both. And now let's say there's a husk. And let's say they're both conditional. If I click it, nothing happens. But let's say I put a husk in his cage. He gets glowing. And since he got glowing, this one is waiting for this one. So when we clicked the button, this one got the signal. It went upwards. It said, did the husk get glowing? If so, give the nearest player oak planks. And then the one above said, hey, oak planks, did you give the player oak planks? It said yes, and then it will give the player bread. That's basically conditional and unconditional with chain command blocks. And those are the three type of command blocks: impulse, chain, and repeating. That's basically them. And now this guy is super loud, so there we go. Okay, next up, let's talk about not selectors, just /give itself. If we go over here, make a new line, we will go over a few simple and basics. Okay, so /give, as I said, it has a pretty simple syntax. I'm gonna write it right here. /give selector item, and then components, and then count. So how does this look when it's actually in a command block? You know, if I copy paste it, it will actually give us an error. Why? Because it doesn't work like this. I can just say /give @p, that's our selector, and then what's our item? What's the name? Let's say diamond_sword. What are components? This is components. We can leave it empty for now. And then the count. What's the count? Let's just say give me 5 diamond swords. So we added the selector, the /give, of course, item, components, and count. If I do this, 5 diamond swords. That's basically it with /give. Onwards to the next one, because there's not much to say about /give in the first episode of this. /give becomes important later on. I'm gonna clear it out for now. Let's go onwards to how text works in Minecraft and how you can customize your own text. Actually, there's a lot of ways to do text. You have /say, you have /draw, and /title. All of them are unique and all of them do something specific. Let's start off with the easiest one being /say. If I do /say hi, it says, for me, instead of doing this, which means I manually did it, I manually typed in hi. So it's gonna say legend M99 using these arrows. But if it uses this, that's a high probability that it's a /say. Why do I say probability? Can it always be guaranteed it's a /say? No, it could be /draw, but we'll get onto that later. So /say basically says /say, and then I can just type in whatever I want, and there we go. It said I said it. But what if we want to make it somebody else saying it? If I go to this command block and then do /say hi or hello world, then grab a button. I didn't say it says @. Who is @? The command block has no name, therefore it's gonna get just a natural name of @. What if you want to change that with /say? I want you to get an anvil. Seriously, get an anvil. Let's say I want to say Mr. Doctor. That sounds really weird. So then if I do /say, you're dying. ... And now it says, Mr. Doctor, you're dying. If I actually copy paste this command block, it says command block. If I copy paste this command block, it's gonna say Mr. Doctor. So /say is dependent on whoever does the /say. If I do /say, it's gonna do /say hi. It's gonna say my name. If the command block says /say, then the command block is the output of /say will be depending on the name of whatever the block or entity does it. So here it says Mr. Doctor, he says @ because it's an command block with no name, and here it's just gonna say me. That's slash say in a nutshell. We can just skip right over him. We don't need him. We have the better one. Slash say's older brother is slash taro. Who is slash taro? Slash taro has a very simple syntax, and slash taro, and then the selector, and then the message. So similarly to how we did this, I'm gonna duplicate it. Let's also do it right here. Slash say, and then message, and then that's your message. And let's go here. Actually, let's just say it's the text. That's a better way of forming it. Text, and then slash taro, and then we have selector, and then we can do the text. Now we're gonna go very brief on slash taro because there's gonna be a lot of information, and I'm expecting only beginners to watch this. I don't want people to go complicating this, and even though this is for beginners, this is still very. It's been 16 minutes, you know. So yeah, slash the raw, and you can see it says nothing, and it also says a server message. If I type in, doesn't do that. This is a way to distinct between server messages and not server messages. Or you can see that it's blocked. The message is blocked, which means you can't report players. Oh, that's the wrong button. Anywho, that's not the wrong. That's not okay. Whatever. So slash the raw selector and then text. Let's say slash tell at all, which means tell all players, and at p. That's the only thing we can do. Now, of course, slash the row at all will work for all players, and then slash the row at p will work to the newest player according to the command blocks distance with the player relativity, and then we have a slash r random player and a slash at s doesn't do anything because it's a command block. It's just gonna tell itself, and you can display that. But if I do row at slash the row at s and then whatever I want, it will only tell me. And that's why. Now let's just do slash at all, because let's say I want to broadcast this message to everyone. Let's say hello world. You might say, what's the difference between this and this? It's just the difference, there's no at. Okay, cleaner. Well, what's the point? I can just do this and this. The point is, you can do a lot more with slash the raw, and not just that. Let's go here and let's say it's a player saying it. Let's say my alt account Cursor. If I click tab, there's nobody. I'm in a single player world. Yet again, there's Cursor, my alt account, and it says server message, but so the people who are oblivious to it, they won't know it's a server message, and sometimes this message is actually blocked for some reason. I have no idea why, but I've seen the glitch. It just doesn't show anything. But either way, yeah, this is a way to do it. And let's just say, what if you wanna make a joke? Let's when like Hero Brian joined the world or something like that. Simple. Now we go on to the text format that Minecraft uses in Java Edition, which is gonna be text, and then this is where you put your text. It might, oh, did it just get deleted? That's no problem. What? No problem. Okay. Okay, that's not, it's not gonna let me work. Text. There we go. And this is basically it. So this is the text syntax, and it's just basically after writing slash row and then selector, the text you write in, gonna use this. And then we're gonna use this, which basically just establishes that it's not just the actual like thingy, it's just something. It's like a genre of something. Like instead of saying text, we can choose scoreboards as well, or selectors or whatever we want. But right now we want to focus on text. So slash the raw at all. See, nothing happens. But when you type text, you might say still bugging. Why? We use this to combine the text with an actual message. Let's just say hello world. You might say, what's the difference now? We have this, and let's just say Cursor first said it. Imagine this is the exact identical name. Identical slash message. The message that we got was identical from slash arrow. Why? The difference is how much we can customize with this. This we can customize. This we can't customize. It's just broad and simple. But this one, now we can actually troll people. Let's just say Christopher. Actually, no. Notch join the world. And now from here, after doing this two quotes, you can type in this. I think it's called a colon. I don't know what's called in English, my bad. And then we can do the quotes, color. Now, what's the color gonna be? And then we use this, the colon. I think this is the colon. No, is this the colon? Apostrophe. This is apostrophe, yeah. The colon means whatever this thing is, the function we write here, is what's gonna be corresponding with it. So, what's the color? Pink doesn't exist. Why? Minecraft just doesn't do that. You have to say light purple, but this is not light purple, so just gonna say yellow. So text is what we're doing. This is the function. This is what happens with the text. The color is gonna be yellow. The function color is yellow, and this will affect this. And now if I click on this, oh my god, not join the world. Anywho, and we have a lot of things to do. And in fact, I can actually get you guys all of the color right now from the top of my memory. At least I hope so. We have red, dark red, blue, dark blue, aqua, dark aqua, light and it's called purple, dark is called purple, black, dark gray, white, yellow, gold, next page, green, dark green. I don't think I'm missing anything, am I? No, probably not, but these are all the colors that I know of. Sometimes they don't, all of them exist in some cases, like for example with boss bars, but this is all the colors you can use that I know of in 1.21. This is my information, 1.21 again. But yeah, and now let's go through the other stuff. You might say, yeah, the color is nice and all, but what if I want to add more? Let's go on to the next step, which is going to be instead of yellow color, let's just remove this. Let's add a new function to the /raw. Let's say I want to make it bold, and now we can say true. True or false? What does this mean, true or false? True or false? It means it's a boolean, which means there's no, there's no result except true or false. So, bold is a boolean, which means true or false. And now if I click it, boom, 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 see the difference between all of them? And now if I grab another one, let's say we want to do italic. What's italic? It's basically how tilted words are gonna be. Like if I click on these, see how straight they are? Now if I go to this, it's tilted. Yeah. Now if we grab another one, we have obfuscated. I wrote that wrong. Obfuscated. There we go. And now if I click this, it's all gibberish. If I grab another one, and now if I type in underlined, I believe that was the name, yeah, underlined, and now we have our final one, which is gonna be strike through, if I believe so. Yeah, strike through. And those are all the variations, and we can actually put them all in one, which is gonna look weird, but I don't really yeah, we can do it. So we had color, of course, we had bold, let's go put that in. We had italic, let's put that in. We had obfuscated, which I won't put, I'll put in chat. We'll see how it looks first, and then we'll put that in. And then we have strike through. Now if I click it, as you can see, this is our final outcome. We have the text, notch, join the world. What's the color? Yellow. Is it bold? Yes. Is it italic? Yes. Does it have strike through? Yes. Does it have underlined? Yes as well. Now what happens if we put obfuscated through it? Obfuscated. I think, oh, there we go. And see, it's the same thing, just without the text, because obfuscated ruins the text. And that's basically everything we need to know about text with /raw. And that's basically actually a lot of things work like this in text. And that's basically how it works in text. And just, that's basically it. Now, what if you want to add, like, let's just say I want to add, like, custom names and all of that, and, like, multiple colors in one thing, because if I try to do multiple colors, let's go and grab this one, for example. Let's go like this. Carpets instead, like this, and go like this, and go like this. Let's say I want to add another color. Let's say red. If I go in, red overrides the yellow because it comes after yellow. But if I delete yellow, I get red. We don't want that, obviously. We want red and yellow. So what do we do? Actually, we can do a cool light green with light blue or aqua. So the way we do it is not, let's just say we can do this. You might say this is not working. Why? Just like in math, if we do this and we want to add multiple ones, we can just combine them all into the big bracket instead of curly brackets, and it will work like this. This really just segments them into multiple text functions like this, text formats. So if I do notch joined and the world, if I do the first one green and the next one aqua, and then I click it, there you go, not join the world. You might say that empty, that like, why is it connected? Because these two are actually one big one. So behind the scenes, it's just not joined the world. Yeah, but since they're both connected, it's actually gonna look like this. The only difference is that we separated them using this. So this one means big one, and then since we have it inside, we have these two, notch joined and the world, and this is what basically looks like when you actually don't write it down. So all you have to do is add a space here, add a space here. I prefer to add a space here. If I click it, not join the world, there we go, we have segmented words. And you can continue going on and on and on and on and on, as you can see, and write whatever color you want. Let's just say randomly I want red here, dark purple, black, let's just say white here, and there we go. Now we have a lot of colors. That's basically it. That's how we have to segment everything. Next on, actually no, the episode is gonna be 30 minutes already. I guess we spent a lot of time on text and these two, well, I guess this as well, but yeah, I think I'm gonna stop right here. Next up we'll probably do slash title, slash particle, slash play sound, and then we'll go into more like other stuff if we have any requests. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I don't expect anyone to watch this video. I usually just make videos for documentation, just for myself to look back when I grow up. But yeah, anywho, bad up.